let's pull back the curtain and ruin the mystique of what actually happens when you call Zillow. Coronavirus in the past couple years have changed homebuyer behavior. Once upon a time, you had to drive to the real estate office and look at a book to see what was for sale. Well, years later and COVID, we've really become online shoppers where people sit in their underwear at midnight and scroll through house porn and pick a house. Well, on sites like Zillow, there is a button, an easy button that you can push and poof, you can see a house in 15 minutes. And that is phenomenal because that is so much easier than dealing with that pain in the ass Casey Roman, who is up your behind. Are you pre-approved? Did you get pre-approved? Do you have enough money to cover the inspection? Did you get pre-approved? How about now? Gosh, wouldn't it just be so much better if you could just go see a house on demand? You think so? You think so? Well, I'm going to tell you what happens, and I'm going to explain it from the buyer side and also from the agent side. Not because I think you should or should not be using this option, but because I think you should know what goes on with your personal information once you hit that button. So for the buyers, this is fantastic because there you are sitting in your underwear and you hit the button and it connects you to a very lovely individual who then connects you with a local agent. And sure enough, you can go see that house in like 15 minutes. 0 questions asked. Beautiful. But let me explain what's going on behind the scenes. Despite what buyers think, there is no Zillow North Pole of little Zillow agent elves just waiting to fly out on a reindeer to show you a house. No, that's not how it works. It works in that agents either individually pay boku bucks, I mean thousands and thousands of dollars, to be in a zip code to then receive calls from that zip code. Or more commonly, they're part of a Zillow team called Zillow Flex, and a bunch of agents, usually within a brokerage, all pay monthly, and then again at closing to get your phone call. So let me reiterate that. They pay a monthly fee and they pay usually upwards of 35% of the commission, of their commission, to get that phone call. So no Zillow North Pole. Every phone call costs a bloody fortune. You will dive bomb for your phone the moment it rings and you see Zillow pop up on your phone because you have paid a lot of money and you will pay a lot of money for that phone call. Plus they monitor all your numbers. How many times you answer, how many times you convert a phone call into a showing, how many showings you convert into closing. So it's all heavily monitored. So you have to answer the phone. So you are diving out of the shower to get your phone. You are knocking over small children. You could be in mid-labor and you will hold the contraction and squeeze that baby back in just so you can get to the phone because you have paid for that call. And if you don't answer it, somebody else will. Terrible, just terrible. You answer the phone on your Zillow app, it pops up and it shows the information that you, the buyer, put in there. So it'll say, the name and your phone number and your email address, and then it will tell you the address that you clicked the easy button on. Now, a lot of times people just put in fake names. And so sometimes when you're a Zillow agent, you get a call and it's like Fuzzy Bunny 69 wants to see 123 Banana Street. And you got to, hi, Mr. Fuzzy Bunny. You click yes, you want to receive the phone call. Now I know who I'm going to be talking to and I know what house they're looking at. So typically, and I have participated in Zillow Flex, so I'm not just guessing on this, you're frantically looking at the house to try to figure out where the hell this thing is and like have something valuable to say about it. But actually you don't have to have anything valuable to say, and I'll explain that in a second. You click yes, you're going to get that call, and then both the agent and the buyer hear the same thing. Hi, this is Alex. I'm connecting you to a local agent. Now, I won't name the name of the broker in Wilmington who said this, but there is an individual who thought that Alex was so phenomenal and so consistent at customer service and just his delivery that he would compliment him regularly. Yeah, Alex is a robot. Alex isn't real. So you both hear the same thing, but the agent knows that Alex is a robot and the buyer has no idea, and the buyer probably doesn't give a damn, but that's who Alex is. And so you, the agent, then say, hi, Fuzzy Bunny 69, or Todd, we'll just say Todd from here on out. I see you're looking at 123 Banana Street. And then the fateful sentence happens after that. When would you like to see it? That is the only question that you are allowed to ask. You can't ask if they're pre-approved. You can't ask if they have any intention of actually buying the house. You can't ask if they're in town with family and they're just bored and they want to look at houses. You can't ask if they have any history of being a serial killer and are going to chop you up and put you in a suitcase the second they get you inside that vacant house. Nothing. You can only ask, when would you like to see it? Well, why is that? It's because statistically everyone in real estate knows that buyer behavior is that whoever they get in front of first is probably who they're going to buy a house with. For some odd reason, people will put in all sorts of energy into finding the right tattoo artist and the right surgeon, but the person who's going to put a roof over their family's head, whoever, whatever, it's because by and large, real estate agents are seen as widgets with heartbeats and phenomenal Disney princess hair. They know that if you can get in front of that human, Mr. Fuzzy Bunny, the chances are that you will be able to make a transaction, and that is how both Zillow is making money and how the agent's going to make money, but mostly Zillow. Yeah. Haven't you ever wondered how Zillow makes money? Because they don't buy and sell houses. It's because they're selling that data to real estate agents who are paying a fortune for your phone call. Is this a bad thing? No. Not necessarily. There are some grade A badass real estate agents in Wilmington and elsewhere in the country who participate in Zillow Flex. There would be no other way for them to meet those people. That's fair. I participated in it for a little bit, not anymore, but it's not saying that you're going to have a bad experience clicking that easy button. Not at all. Where it gets really hairy is that often people who, quote, don't want to bother their agent will click the easy button to go see a house. Here's the issue. When you see a house with a real estate agent, any real estate agent, they are the procuring cause of the sale, meaning whoever showed you that house is responsible, gets credit for sealing the deal. So if you go see a house because you didn't want to bother your agent with a different agent, and then you decide you like it, well, now we have two agents involved, and I will tell you that that gets really, really, really sticky. There's referrals that have to be paid. It usually gets a little bit combative. Trust me, your agent would like to be bothered. They would like to know what houses you want to see, and they would like to show them to you. Just going off and clicking the button and sending your information and working with a bunch of different agents can cause a lot of problems, and in some cases can partner you up with someone who you had no intention of working with. Now that might be an all-star, but it might not be, and you hitting with your big thumb kind of caused that cascade of events. I just want you to know that when you click the button, it's your information that is being sold and shared. So if that doesn't sound ideal to you, and you may say that that's exactly what you want to do. You just want to keep hitting the easy button and going and seeing houses. Fine. But if that is not what you had in mind, then please, for the love of Beyonce, take the time to find a real estate agent who works well with your personality and who you think is going to go to bat for you. We have lots of wonderful agents in this community. This is one of those things that I just have to say. Obviously, I'm pitching myself here entirely, but just navigate this with me. Interview several of them. I don't mean that. I have to get through this. And then make a commitment, a partnership, a team that you are going to buy a house together. We want you to use your thumbs to scroll through the listings we send you and look at pictures of houses and think of big ideas. We also want you to be aware of the impact of your big goofy thumb. And also know that Alex is a robot.